Hello friends, today we are going to practice telling time to the nearest hour and half hour. So what you are going to need is a piece of paper and a pencil. So quietly, showing order, go get those things. Alright, I hope you have those things. What you are going to do is you are going to number your paper 1 through 4. So at the top write 1, then 2, 3, and 4. And we are going to look at analog clocks. These are some examples of analog clocks, and we are going to practice writing the time. If we look, the blue hand is the minute hand, and the red hand is the hour hand. And I see that the red hand is on the 2, and I see that the blue hand is on the 12. And I know that the minute is at 00, and the hour is at 2, so it is 2 o'clock. So next to my number 1, I would write 2 o'clock. Just like that. I want you to look at the next one, number 2. Try and figure out what this time is. And write it down. Then look at the next one, number 3. What time is shown on this analog clock? And write it down. And then the fourth one. What time is shown on this analog clock? So you should have 4 different times written down. We are going to go through and check them. I want you to make sure you have your answers before we go back to check them. Number 2, you should have wrote 8 o'clock because the hour hand is on the 8 and the minute hand is on the 00 or the 12. Number 3, you should have wrote 11 because the hour hand is at 11 and the minute hand is on the 12 or the 00. And number 4 should have been 4 o'clock. If you did not get those right, that is okay. If you did, great job. We're going to go on. Now we are going to be looking at times to the half hour. We could also call this half past. So what you're going to do is you're going to write on your piece of paper now 1 through 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And you are going to practice writing the time. You are going to look at the first clock. And I see that the hour hand is between the 2 and the 3. And I see that the minute hand is on the 6. So this tells me that it's half past, because if I started at the 12, it went halfway around. And half past on the clock is 30. And I know that this hour hand is not yet to the 3. So I know that it's still 2 something. So I know that it's 2 and half past tells me that 30. So I know that the time is 2:30. I want you to do number 2 and number 3 on your own. So pause the video while you work. Okay, I hope you have 2 answers written down. If you don't, please, please, please pause the video and write 2 answers down. We are going to check them. Number 2, you should have wrote 9:30. And number 3, you should have wrote 11:30. If you got those right, awesome job. If you did not, that is okay. That is why we are practicing. So we practiced writing time with an analog clock to the nearest hour and half hour. So I hope that you remember how to tell time to the nearest hour and half hour. Remember, when we do it by the half hour, you could also say half past. Great job. You are going to take your assessment if you feel like you are ready to test out of telling time. Awesome job today.